Hey guys, I've thought I'd do this recording because I find it funny, and obviously, I'm not on day shift, so I'm not talking to a bunch of people. Hang on. Just done that. But there was a guy who was like, I don't know what exactly it was, but he was like majorly, well, I don't know if he'll call it disabled or if he'd call it like, just like so different that he can't operate at this world. I mean, I went through all the struggles to finally get, employment at the age of 27 for the first time. That was all year round, that was. I got past the need to so-called heal myself of my so-called demons, but they weren't demons. It was just things that may be different. It was just the wiring of the brain and the trauma that came along with it. But you know how I say, the dark side is like demonized, saying like it's bad and stuff, but really your dark side is just your trauma as a result of what you've been through. Also, you can inherit trauma from your ancestors, as well as what you've been through. And the thing is if you deny it, it'll just build up and build up and build up, and you'll probably capitulate from within, or find yourself drinking a lot of alcohol, or I did my best, but at the same time I got to the point where I was just like, screw this. And then I got to the point where I believed that the dark side was just your trauma because of what you've been through, or the trauma that you've inherited from your ancestors, and you've probably been through that as well through your parents, going through that trauma and dishing it out because that's why you inherited it, because they didn't deal with it. Or maybe not. Maybe they dealt with a whole bunch of stuff, but there was things that they hadn't dealt with, but they dealt with a whole bunch of other things. And now you're dealing with the other stuff that they didn't deal with. And the best way I found, for me, the best way to overcome my so-called demons, which is just the trauma, my dark side, was to integrate it and go get those needs met. And it's like, there was this, the guy, whether he calls himself majorly disabled or just so different, because he, whether he had autism or, I think it was autism, but like levels above. He saw me in the supermarket a couple of times. He asked me, "Are you a Jedi or are you a?" And you're saying it like that, like the movie. Like, "Are you a Jedi or are you a Sith?" And I was like, "What are you talking about, man?" And I was just said, like, basically, you should treat others how they treat you and all this type of thing. And that made me laugh, because in other times, because I was like standing up to people as well when they were giving me a hard time. I got to the point where people didn't say anything to my face, and they very rarely do now, but it's just like, used to be all day, every day. Now it's like every here and there, and most days not, because I keep standing up for myself. And that, and maintaining employment, because I was putting myself first and foremost, meeting my needs, and now I got a woman, and we are connected for life, and I love her. because I was stressed out because I thought she was ghosting me. But what happened was she wasn't. What happened was she done an ADHD thing. She locked herself out of her phone. Then she had to get herself back into the phone. And this was like last night, like when she caught up with my friend Kayla. That's what happened. But she was telling me to message her through Kayla's phone. And then Kayla came and had to catch up with me. And so I know it's love because I had a 10 hour sleep today. It was 9.5 hours, somewhere between 9.5 hours and 10 hours. And yeah. But she showed up to the station today. She showed me how her phone, she can't access her phone for another 15 hours. So she got her old phone that she bought like 5 years ago. She put my number on there, and now we're messaging her. I'm messaging her through that phone. I'm messaging her through that phone. So actually, I should ask her the number of the other phone because I've already edited her profile. Anyways. A lot of good things happen when you integrate your dark side, which has come from all the trauma you've been through, as well as the trauma passed down to you by your parents and your ancestors. Well, parents are your ancestors, but yeah. And I was talking like this to the same guy. This was like when I was back in Hawke's Bay. So it would have been 2020 when I was talking to him like this. And he felt sad. He looked really sad. And when he was joking, asking me if I was a Jedi or a Sith, and I was like, but then I actually said a joke. I said a joke too. Feel the power of the dark side. You don't know the power of the dark side. So that's my perspective. It's been demonized and all this type of thing, and they say, well, it's been portrayed to be real evil, and they say it's all bad, but it's really just the trauma of what you've experienced in this life that where your needs haven't been met, and you haven't gone out to get them, or you haven't got their needs met and you have gone out to them. And you got to integrate that to go push out there and get your needs met. That's why it's gone from all day, every day to the occasional day, maybe once every 2 weeks, where someone has a go at me, and it's just one person, and I stand up to them, and it's only been once every 2 weeks ever since supervisors changed, but that's all good. So it used to be all the time with a whole ton of people, like, the gang stalking, the bullying, all this type of thing. Now I know that they watch my TikTok, and I check out different apps to see if people are stalking my phone and stuff, like the Blue Radio. And I know because people have brought up, you go to this place quite often, don't you? And this place quite often. Well, they haven't brought up, no one at this place has brought that up to me. But other people, a few people in the past have. Anyway, that's funny, eh? You underestimate the power of the dark side. Feel the power of the dark side. What was it? If you only knew the power of the dark side. Father, I know there's still good in you. There's still good in you. You will fail and you will let down your friends. If you will not stand up and fight, then you will meet your destiny. See, if I wouldn't do anything like that to my kids. I just thought I'd say that for a laugh. But I've integrated the light and the dark, And the dark is just needs that haven't been met. And I've integrated to drive out there and get my needs met. And the light is more like, more happier, trippier. See you.